I was introduced to M3Z as a sleep product, and so I was thinking it was like a melatonin or take something to help me sleep. But as I started to experience it for myself and started reading the clinical studies and trials and the patents, there's much more to it, and it all ties into serotonin. Could you explain a little bit about serotonin?
Serotonin, for easiness of categorization, is sort of a master hormone. It affects anywhere from 10 to 14 metabolic pathways in the body, those being sleep, one of them. It can affect memory, stress, weight loss, fat metabolism, depression, mood enhancement, fertility, libido. You know, it really has a lot of effects because it affects the endocrine system. With our marketing effort and in partnering with M, we decided to take the sleep route because sleep is, for most people, that's the biggest issue right now.
Over 45% of Americans.
Yeah,
right?
But the other benefits will be there.
Yeah.
For those that are not affected necessarily with a sleep disorder, they may experience other subtle changes in how they feel. The neat thing about serotonin, and the thing that makes it so unique, is that very thing that it's kind of a master hormone. So in affecting those things, there are people with high serotonin levels, low serotonin levels, and most people don't hit that blissful, perfect thing. On a daily basis, we're fluctuating in here. So one of the good things about this is those people, because it's adaptogenic, those people who experience a high serotonin level, the body will tend to lower that. And those who experience a low serotonin, the body will tend to raise that to give you this homeostasis, this nice even keel. Typically those with high serotonin level are people who are hyperkinetic or ADHD or autistic, along those spectrums, people who are irritable, edgy, and those.
We don't know anybody like that.
No. And
Absolutely.
those with low serotonin levels tend to be depressed or have mood disorders, sleep disorders, often experience infertility, obesity, forgetfulness, and things like that. So we have noticed in the spectrum of all of that, in people taking the M3Z, that those things tend to even out for them. It's a very big help for them.
And some people are even on medications, right? They are called SSRIs.
Yeah, those are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And what they do is they block the serotonin receptor sites so that serotonin stays in the body. Now, the goal of those medications is to give you that equilibrium, to relieve the depression, to relieve the disorder, the mood disorder, to help you sleep, to bring levels down actually in autistic and ADHD kids. Now, one of the bad things about those is because those receptor sites are blocked, that never leaves the body. It continues to build up. And as serotonin builds up in the body, then there's some really deleterious effects that happen. One is the irritability can increase, anxiety can increase, aggressiveness can increase, and to the point of there are suicides that are attributed to this that no one will accept as a reasoning, but what they have done because of that is the SSRIs are now restricted as to age of application. You can't give these to young adults, people under 21. They have to have really mitigating circumstances in order to be able to be prescribed those things. And those are just different that's just one family. There's also hallucinogens and narcotics that are given, and they have the same kinds of effects. So the nice thing about this is none of those effects. This will not cause serotonin to keep building. It will not cause it to keep diminishing. It will allow the body to act in a normal way that it should.
Now, you mentioned age with some of those medications and drugs, which is obviously self-explanatory. Is there an age limit on this particular
No.
product? Can I overdose on this product? Is it, how should I use this product?
There's no age restrictions. Now, I say that, but there's always the caveat that, just for legal labeling purposes, pregnancy and infants no one does research on pregnant women and infants, so that is always the safe bet. We've used it in our household, and in our families have used it at all age levels. It's wonderful for terrible twos.
Dang it, I wish I would have known about this a couple years ago.
There's no restriction on taking this. It won't interact with other drugs that you're taking. We don't say by any means get off of your other drugs and use this. That's between you and your medical professional. But there are no restrictions on this. You can't overdose on it. It's basically a food.
Nice.
And so you can take as much as you want.